What's going on, everyone? I have some updates about the channel, where I've been, what I'm doing, and what's going to happen with this channel. In about probably another month, I will likely be starting my bachelor's program for my bachelor's degree in data analytics. Alongside that, and all the content that might come from me actually talking about my only experience with a 4-year degree program, even though I'm only going to be doing 2 years because I am an associate already. But all the content that comes along with that, if you've been paying attention to me, my interests, and what I actually do for work, you'll know I'm more into the data science side of software instead of just building websites for front end or doing back end server stuff. Like, I tend to be more into data science and kind of dabble in a lot of other areas just for domain exposure and just so I have a general idea of a lot of different things. I'm more of a generalist, but I tend to lean heavily more onto the data science and analytics side of things, just because that's what I've been in my career, what I've been doing in my career for like 5 years or so. So I'll be continuing on that, but with that, in that vein, I've actually started really trying to learn Python, like legitimately learn Python for data science. So I've been studying like pandas. I've been using Jupyter notebooks, and I'll be trying to get more into those libraries just because Python's ubiquitous in data science. It's always popular. It's a really easy language to pick up. The syntax is much more friendly than R. R is amazing for stats. You can't beat R's stats libraries, but I mean, unless you're like some crazy PhD and doing some really in-depth granular stuff, a lot of what Python can do is good enough. And it's an easier syntax, and it's a general language, so you can do a lot of other types of projects just by learning a couple of other libraries. And so I'll be spending more time on Python, so I might be making more Python content before. All I've made before in this channel is just a video about like some script I wrote in Python to grab all of my investment data and like tell me my aggregate amount of my investments. So I'll probably just post more content about that type of stuff and what I learned, but currently I'm learning how to do things with Jupyter notebooks and dealing with my data sets. I've started physical training again. Like I'm actually working out again, so I actually collect all of my data for that and I put that into a CSV, and so I'll be actually doing charts and analyses on my own workout data. So that'll be a fun little project to post about when I make any progress with it. But in that vein, I also don't want this channel to just be only about tech and programming things, because that's not my only interest. It's one of my biggest interests, but I have a lot of other varied interests. I'm kind of a very eclectic person. So before I even did any of this tech stuff, before I was even really into computers, I've always been into computers, but like I wasn't this crazy about getting into the guts of a system and doing programming and code and whatever. I actually have an associate's degree in physical education. I was a personal trainer. I owned a personal training business. I've coached gymnastics, parkour. I've trained clients. I trained myself for over a decade. I've done parkour for like over 7 years, and I'm finally training again to get myself more back into shape so I can actually do parkour again, because I kind of like fell out of shape. Got into powerlifting and didn't really get too far with it. I mean, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'6". I'm like over 200 until just recently, I was over 240 pounds. I was deadlifting like 400 and, I want to say 425 or something pounds, and squatting 325 or something like that, and bench pressing 275. So I had a total that was just over 1,000. Not great for somebody my size, but for like my first year of powerlifting, I felt pretty good about it. But yeah, since powerlifting, I gained a lot of weight, and intentionally for that. And so I'm actually losing all of that, running again, and doing my calisthenics and gymnastics style training to get myself leaner, back into shape for that. And yeah, I'm into historical reenactment. I have my leatherworking business, tech and programming and code, and DIY stuff around the house, working with wood and physical materials and building things. I have a lot of varied interests, and so I don't want this channel to just be like only one of those things, because I have so many other things I like to talk about or do. And I'm probably going to lose some subscribers for that because some people seem to think that a channel should only be about one niche topic and only focus on that one thing. But that's kind of boring to me. And sometimes my mood and interests shift. So like I'm not super like heavy onto programming right now. Like I'm not spending hours and hours every day like I was constantly on my computer doing stuff. I'm actually spending more time physically training and taking care of some business orders, working on stuff around the house. And so it's like, do you want a lull in content for a month or more, or do you want just different kinds of content? And you can pay attention to what you want. You can ignore the videos that you don't like. You can unsubscribe if you like, but that's kind of where I'm headed with this. I don't really want to only post one type of thing on this channel, and it's finally starting to get enough like subscribers. Like I'm close to being able to monetize the channel, which is nice, but I don't really expect to make a large living from this. It's probably a good attitude to go into it with. I don't expect to make anything major with this. It would be nice if I could eventually monetize all this and actually be like one of those lucky few people that actually makes a living off of this stuff. That would be fantastic. But I'm not gonna keep my head in the clouds on that one. But on that note, like if you want to support the channel, all the links for all that stuff is all in the description or in the YouTube links over there or whatever. Patreon donations through PayPal or Buy Me a Coffee or any of the affiliate links to Amazon below. The affiliate links alone, like you can just go to the link and buy whatever you want. You don't have to buy what I list there. You go through my link. It gives me a kickback if you buy anything. And so sometimes I'll just use other people's links just because I buy a lot of stuff on Amazon, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. It's really just using their link instead of just not using a link. But in any case, expect to see a lot of different types of stuff popping up on the channel. I don't know really what I'm going to make right now. I'm kind of just marinating in ideas, thinking about where I want to go and what I want to do with this. But it's not going to be just tech and programming from now on. I know a lot of you guys really seem to like that content. I'm going to keep doing stuff because obviously it's what I do for a living, and it is a very big interest of mine. It's just not my only interest. So I'll leave on that note. And quick shout out thanks to Devin and Alberto, my two current Patreon supporters on Patreon. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. And if anyone else would like to support the channel, feel free to check out Patreon or any of the links below. It would be helping me out a lot and more motivating to make content when there's actually like people who are supporting you saying, hey, we're giving you this because we like what you do, so please don't stop doing that. Yeah, I would be definitely more motivated to make more content that way. So let me know what you guys think about this. If you want to subscribe, that's cool too. If you're cool with it, cool. And you'll see more of me around eventually. So I'm actually going to take a vacation for a week and head up into the mountains and do some like mountain man training for like a week or so. And after that, I'll be back and we'll see what I do from there. So for now,